as it would be. Now the Republicans for Voting Rights. Listen to this. This is Republicans doing this. The Republicans for Voting Rights launched a billboard campaign across the country in response to reckless Republican calls for sham audits of the 2020 election. Here's one we've put up in New York City. It's a picture of Trump, and it just said, Trump lost, no more audits. First of all, anybody who is calling for no more audits, it has the opposite effect of what you want it to. It just makes people want to audit even more. Why would you not want audits? Why? When are these people going to realize that all you're doing is making everyone question everything that you're saying more?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're doing. You are making like
you having an old crappy car and be like, no more inspections.
We need to audit all 50 states. I mean it.
Yeah.
Audit all 50. Even the ones that Donald Trump won. We need to audit those states because I'm pretty sure they stole ballots from him there too. It just was so overwhelming they couldn't do anything about it. We need to audit all 50 states. The end. But I thought that was very interesting for you guys to hear about.
Not really super surprising. There are a lot of Republicans like that are more interested in the swamp.
Yes. All right. Let's get into the jobs, quitting their jobs. Article 4.3 million people quit their job in August. Is the link gone?
Yeah.
Did they take it down?
They took it down.
No.
Or it's a messed up link.
Oh, hold on. It may be a messed up link. Okay, I got it. All right, I'm just going to read it. Yeah, okay. It was a messed up link. Okay, this is the Washington Post. Okay, 4.3 million people quit their job in August. Okay, and they're trying to spin this in the Washington Post. All right, are you ready for this article title? Why is everyone quitting, and how do I know whether it's time to leave my job? More people than ever are leaving their jobs. They seem to come from every industry and span generations. Some are following through on long deferred plans to leave, no longer willing or able to wait out the pandemic. Others are burned out from too many long shifts, late nights, and unspent vacation days. And many say the public health crisis forced them to reassess their jobs and priorities. Whatever the cause, the rush of such resignations is accelerating.
No kidding.
A record 4.3 million people, about 2.9% of the nation's workforce, quit in August, according to the Labor Department data released Tuesday. In September, the nation's jobless rate fell to a pandemic low of 4.8%, but the decline was largely driven by people leaving the labor force. What's more, Gallup data shows nearly half of American workers are actively searching for new opportunities. I love how they try to spin this like this is not because of the mandate.
Right.
Like 4.3 million people quit in August. They just quit their jobs, their livelihoods for, they've been planning on doing this for years.
Yeah, soul searching.
It's finally time they're going to go paint or whatever it is that they've wanted to do their whole life. Shut up, you liars. Liars. You're liars.
100%.
You need to make a shirt.
Is that what Kyrie Irving
says you're a liar.
Liar.
Yeah, tell that to Kyrie Irving. As we just talked about in the last episode. You know what? He's just looking for a new job. He just, shut up. These people, man, Joe Biden is not only the worst president of our history, he is a true threat to the American way. Jen Psaki, Raggedy Ann, is horrible.
Threat to the world.
And the lies, the blatant lies, and people that believe that too, that believe it. It is truly staggering to me. One, I don't think 4.3 million is enough. 2.9%, that's all we got. That's all you got, America. Stand up for our freedoms, 2.9%.
Yeah.
You got to bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Oh, you got to bump that up.
Yeah.
Okay. But this leads into more saviors in our society right now. And I can't believe that the people that are doing this comes from my most hated thing in existence. I hate flying. I hate it with every fiber of my being. I have not flown since the pandemic because I refuse to wear a mask, but I hate flying in general. Hate it. I hate every aspect of flying. But wouldn't you know it, as God has a sense of humor, it's the freaking pilots on Southwest and now American Airlines that are truly just saying, suck it, Biden, we're not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get into that right after this sponsor. All right, iTarget Pro. It's almost time to start thinking about the holidays, and the first item on your list needs to be iTarget Pro. This revolutionary system allows you to dry fire practice with your actual firearm in the comfort, safety, and privacy of your own home. In other words, without old Joe sniffing over your shoulder. Boom. Cost of ammo through the roof. This gives law-abiding gun owners a better way to train regularly. No more inconvenient trips to the range or expensive practice ammunition. Just download iTarget's proprietary app, load the laser bullet into your firearm, and start training and just getting better. Like that's what it takes, people, to get better with your firearm is practice. Mm-hmm. iTarget Pro comes in all the major calibers, including .223 for your AR, so you can stay sharp with almost any firearm. Go to itargetpro.com right now and save 10% plus get free shipping with the offer code GRAHAM. This is the smartest way for you to practice, and it pays for itself in one day. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code Graham. You know, that reminded me of a story before we get into Southwest. Mm-hmm. I left my gun in the nightstand at the hotel room in Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we're coming back from Florida. I get this phone call, and it's the security at the hotel. And they're like, Mr. Allen, our security detail would like to talk to you. And as soon as they said that, I went, crap. I left my 45 in the nightstand. Thank God we were in Florida. Anyway. And they're like, Mr. Allen, we found something. I was like, yeah, I already know. I left it in the nightstand. They're like, well, are you coming back? I said, nah, I'm in 3 states away at this point. No. I said, I'm coming back in December. And they go, well, we got to turn it over to the police. I had to get, and the police officers are super cool. Immediately when they find a gun, they run the serial number of the gun. Of course, the gun comes back clean. It comes back to me. Mm-hmm. Then they run me. Of course, I come back clean. So he was super cool. He was like, yeah, I already ran everything. You're good. Here's the case number. When you get back here in December, come pick it up.
Really?
Yeah. And so they're going to hold it in evidence. And,
well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. That's a little random story for you guys, but let's get into Southwest Airlines. All right. So by now, everybody already knows, because we're late to the party, and this is part 2. Pilots at Southwest Airlines basically said, no, we're not flying the planes. We're not flying the planes because we are anti-mandating the vaccine. We don't want to be forced to take the vaccine. And then again, the dishonest media goes on and say, I mean, we're talking thousands of Southwest airplanes, or flights canceled.
Yeah.
Thousands upon thousands canceled, and they blame it on the weather.
Yeah.
But on the same day, Delta Airlines only canceled 6 flights.
The weather was fine.
The weather was fine. It's crazy. How does one airline cancel thousands and then all the other, they all intersect each other? If you've never flown before, there's probably thousands of planes in the air at any time. Literally, you want to really attack America, make all the planes that are in the air just go down all at once and watch what happens. There's thousands of planes up in the air all day, every day.
Yep.
They all intersect each other. They all wave to each other as they're going by. There's a lot of planes in the air. Okay. I've almost hit another plane before in a plane. Don't even get me started. All right. The point is, they're lying. They're lying to you. This is 100% because people are standing up. All right. But the Texas-based airlines brush off Governor Abbott's ban on vaccine mandates. So both American Airlines and Southwest are based in Texas. Mm-hmm. All right. So 2 Texas-based airlines said they will still require their workers to get vaccinated against the coronavirus despite a new executive order from Governor Greg Abbott. Dallas-based Southwest Airlines said it will still seek to meet the Biden administration's demand that contractors of the federal government get their workers vaccinated. They employ 102,000 people. American Airlines. Southwest CEO Gary Kelly expressed personal opposition to the Biden administration's mandate during an interview with CNBC, but said he sees no other way to proceed. Southwest has more than 60,000, so 162,000 people are affected by this. Kelly said the airline goal is to improve health and safety, not to get people fired. I've never been in favor of corporations imposing that kind of mandate, but the executive order from the president mandates all federal contractors, which covers all the major airlines, have to have in place by December 8th. I've even seen things go as far, like there was a brief thing there where it's like the CEO sides with the pilots. And then there was that article that he's not going to fire them, but he's placing them on unpaid leave.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. This is what it takes, guys. This is what it takes. And this is why. These people, there's an iconic photo of the Don't Tread on Me flag hanging from a Southwest plane. Mm-hmm. A Alaskan Airlines plane was just posted yesterday with the Don't Tread on Me flag on it as well. Look here. I said it from the beginning and I'll say it again. This does not end until Americans are ready and willing to become uncomfortable for what they believe in. So here's something that bothered me more than anything else. So I, of course, come out in support of Southwest and the pilots saying, this is what we need. We need people to do this. And everybody was all in favor, but yet I still had jokes, even from friends. They're like, yeah, love this. Just hope they start it after my flight.
Mm-hmm.
Just hope they do it after I get home. You weak, sorry, cowardice Americans. Go rent a car and drive your sorry, entitled butt to wherever it is you got to go. Every American should be supporting this 100%. Stop booking Southwest flights.
Right.
Literally, stop booking American airline flights. Join the employees of these airlines in standing up for individual freedoms, you morons. And if you are on a plane or just got off a plane and you're listening to this, or you're listening to this on the plane, literally on a Southwest or American Airlines, shame on you. Yes, I said it. Shame on you. Because these people are actually putting their neck on the line and you are inconvenienced. Boo freaking who. None of this crap ends until Americans are ready to become uncomfortable for what they believe in.
That's right.
Now, naturally, this is equating to huge supply issues. Huge supply issues and demands. And you've got truckers that are walking off the job. You got train employees that are saying no. You got so many boats out in California.
Oh, yeah.
That
just sitting there.
Because what a lot of people don't know is the second that these freights come in, they're not allowed to leave until every single container is taking off. And they charge them every single hour that they're there.
Okay.
So that's why they're not pulling in, because there's no trucks. There's no drivers. Literally, America, listen to what I'm telling to you. You have the power to bend the government over like a spoiled little child and spank its butt.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is say no. Just by a few amount of people saying no, they're in trouble, man.
Which might mean changing your lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be, you got to be willing. You got to be willing, or none of it matters. This is what Joe Biden said about the supply chain issues. Listen to this.
My team's focus. Federal support is needed.
Federal.
I will direct all appropriate action. If the private sector doesn't step up, we're going to call them out and ask them to. Because our goal is not only to get through this immediate bottleneck, to address the long-standing weaknesses in transportation supply chain this pandemic exposed.
You're such a freaking liar. There's no There's no issues within our supply chain.
Right.
People are telling you to go get bent. That's what this is. Do not let them try to spin this, and do not believe it. There are no issues in the supply chain. People are telling you to go get bent.
Mm-hmm.
The end. All right. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Raggedy Ann comes in and lies a lot as well. But before we do that, we've got to get into another sponsor. All right. Fall is here, and with the cooler weather comes flu season. Remember that?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was still a thing, but either way, you go to CVS now and it's like get your flu and COVID shots, and it's like all the different colors of Band-Aids. I guess they represent different shots or something. I don't know. Either way,
sweet.
Now is the time to beef up your immune system with something that's tried and true, a daily dose of real fruits and vegetables, the kind you get in Field of Greens. Field of Greens is unlike other superfoods because it uses real USDA organic fruits and vegetables packed with antioxidants. It can support heart health, metabolism, blood pressure, and digestion. Plus, it's pre and probiotic. It's great for everyone in your family, and unlike other nutritional drinks which rely on only one vegetable, Field of Greens is packed with 18. All you got to do is go to brickhousegraham.com and get 15% off your first order with the promo code GRAHAM at checkout. Available in regular, wild berry, and lemon lime. brickhousegraham.com. That's brickhousegraham.com, promo code Graham. All right, let's get to Raggedy Ann here. Again, let me say this one more time because it needs to be said. All right. In this section right here, she is talking about federal law outweighing state law. Because a lot of these places, like Governor Abbott, a lot of these places are saying, screw you. We're not doing it.
Yep.
All right. So first, listen to what she says, and I'm going to read you literally like the Constitution. Here we go.
What is the president's message to businesses in Texas? You mentioned several of them who are based there.
Yeah.
When it comes to what the federal guidance is now, and now with the state executive order, what would the president say to those companies as they're determining what they should be doing right now for their vaccine mandates?
Well, we know that federal law overrides state law. I would note that earlier when we put out our guidance on the president's announcement about mandates several weeks ago, it made clear that, again, as I said earlier, requirements are promulgated pursuant to federal law and supersede any contrary state or local law or ordinance. Additionally, nothing in this guidance excuses noncompliance with any applicable state law or municipal ordinance. Put out guidance several weeks ago, conveying that clearly. But fundamentally, beyond the legal aspect, which is unquestionable in our view, the question for any business leader is, what do you want to do to save more lives in your companies?
Okay. First of all, it should terrify everyone that the White House is saying, no, we own you.
Mm-hmm.
We do whatever, like you do what we tell you to do. That's what she said. Like you can get, away from all the semantics and all that other kind of stuff.
Well, she acts like it's one or the other. It's like federal law always trumps state law, which sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't.
That should terrify everybody. But I actually found what she said, or the truth. Okay. So what she said wasn't not true, but she left out a very vital part.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is constitutional clauses. So this is Article 6, Paragraph 2 of the U.S. Constitution, is commonly referred to as the Supremacy Clause. It establishes that the federal Constitution and the federal law generally take precedent over state laws and even state constitutions. Now, however, can a state ignore a federal law? Thus, the federal courts have held that under Constitution, federal law is controlling over state law, and the final power to determine whether federal laws are unconstitutional has been delegated to the federal courts. The courts, therefore, have held that states do not have the power to nullify federal law. But the key word there is, if ever the state and the federal government, what happens if the state and federal government conflict? When state law and federal law conflict, federal law displaces or preempts state law due to the supremacy clause of the Constitution. Congress has preempted that it goes to the federal courts to decide if the federal law is constitutional or not. So, yes, federal law does supersede state law. However, you can't just make a federal law, and then if the states disagree with you, you just say, well, we outrank you.
Right.
That ain't how that works. Kristi Noem said it best. We'll see you in court. Take it to the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Make us. I keep saying it over and over and over again. They're not doing that. Look here, a federal law that they just say, you don't have to do that. You don't. You don't have to do it. Because if the states disagree with the federal government, it goes to federal court. Has this gone to federal court? I don't remember a Supreme Court ruling or even a federal court ruling, even just a normal federal judge. I don't remember seeing any federal rulings coming out saying, you know what, Biden's right. Everybody's got to get the vaccine. When did that come out? Hello? I don't remember that. Do you? They're lying to you. It's not
intimidating too.
There are checks and balances for a reason to keep this exact thing from happening, where the federal government just says something and then we all just comply to it. That's why there's so many hurdles that they have to jump through. And then if the state don't like what the federal court has to say, they can take it all the way up to the Supreme Court. Keep fighting. Keep standing, because you're causing disruption. How are you causing disruptions? Through the supply chain. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Can this administration guarantee that holiday packages will arrive on time?
We are not the Postal Service or UPS or FedEx. We cannot guarantee. What we can do is use every lever at the federal government disposal to reduce delays, to ensure that we are addressing bottlenecks in the system, including ports and the need for them to be open longer hours so that goods can arrive. And we can continue to press not only workers and unions, but also companies to take as many steps as they can to reduce these delays.
That was a dumb question. I'm not going to lie.
It was a dumb question, but what they were getting, no, it was only a dumb question because she made it sound dumb, but it's not.
Can the president guarantee that we'll have packages for Christmas?
What they're trying to get them to admit is that the mandates you were putting on America is causing all of these issues.
Exactly.
Okay, and this is true. Alyssa's trying to do Christmas shopping and even ordering stuff